I'm that girl who's done a thing. I've done a series for you all to be able to hear the same questions being asked to many people around the world. And so it should be very interesting to be able to hear different subconsciouses in different locations explaining certain coming events and what certain things mean. And so, of course, we explore the new earth. Of course, we explore the old earth. And we also explore the differences between our bodies, the carbon-based bodies as we understand them and label them as, and the crystalline bodies, how we understand and label them as. And of course, we know that certain labels don't actually serve us because it confuses our little minds as we're trying to process and understand the concepts of what our teams are trying to lovingly provide for us, to be able to understand what is happening to this planet, to be able to understand why these volunteers are here now to be of service, to be able to help humanity at this important time, and to understand what the important time actually means. Shifting to the fifth dimension has been misunderstood for a long time. Disinformation has been shared rapidly and fluently throughout the communities of the spiritual and the truther communities. And while we can understand that information is merely stepping stones, when you're ready to hear the bigger truth and the bigger information that our high dimensional selves are willingly, lovingly wanting to share with us, not to scare us, not to freak us out, but merely to prepare us for coming events so we can be of assistance and service. It is a very big task. And they need our support in our dimension to be able to be of service, to understand what is happening to our bodies now, to understand the current events that are happening now, and the future events that will be continuing. It's epic times, beyond epic times, and there is nothing to fear. You're very well consciously aware of all of this, what is coming. And as you see unfolding events happening soon, you will be able to intuitively understand all is well. You will intuitively understand it's purposeful and that there is nothing to fear apart from fear itself. So for those people who find and discover these sessions, it's significant because your teams are telling you it is time for you to understand the truth, the full truth. It is much bigger than just a shift in consciousness to go to the new earth. It is much bigger than a shift of just your mindset to be in the fifth dimension. It is so much more and beyond that. And so if this is your start of your journey with me, enjoy the experience, the roller coaster that many of us have already experienced. It is somewhat nerve-wracking, scary. We do go into fear. We do a lot of stuff as we try to process and comprehend the information from the sessions. And the series that I have provided for you is going to be even that for those vehicles who have been used for those sessions. Because while they consciously are very much in the 3D, they know that they're busy lives. Most of those people who I've used in these sessions are practitioners themselves. And yet it's still mind-bending to know this information flows through them quite freely as the questions have been posed and pondered and brought to their subconscious. A lot of this information, how it was delivered, is very purposeful, and it is a strong powerhouse series. And I support you all to go on this journey, to listen to all of them, to be able to catch yourself if you're listening for labels and if you're trying to define certain labels. It feels like the teams are wanting you to expand your mindsets on certain labels. And it certainly was the case for my session, as I too was a vehicle for one of these. So I hope you enjoy listening to all of these sessions as the same questions are posed to the subconscious. It's very important to know why the body scan of these sessions were included and to ask the subconscious what dimension they are in. The body scan is a great representation and a signification to you, if signification is an actual word. It gives you significance to be able to understand where the vehicle is at. you do not want to try to reach big information, such as these questions that we have asked these subconsciouses, with bodies that have got a lot of inner work. The clients that I have chosen are profound gifts to humanity, that's for sure. And they're still on their 3D journeys themselves, just like we all are. So I wanted to ask and share with you, for all of you, to hear their body scans and what's going on for their bodies. And you will notice we did not move forward into the questions until the bodies were absolutely in balance and harmony. Because if there was big body issues, that represents that there is something sort of that needs more pressing support and attention. And while we've all got something potentially going on with our physical bodies to help us remind ourselves of the inner work that we still need to overcome, or potentially the inner work we've already overcome, it is just great reminders. So there is always significance and purpose for everything that happens in these sessions. And as you take consideration and open your minds to all of the range of information from these sessions, you will see that there is a profound pattern of information. It may sound like it's different, but it's the same information from the collectives that are giving us this information about what is coming and what the true perspective from their position of shifting to 5D means for humanity. That is a big, big, big deal. And it is too mind-blowing to be able to comprehend all of the fine details of what must happen and what we are waiting for as we are still enjoying our days, being of service to hold this frequency, to be able to support and love others, including ourselves, as we are getting closer to the events. I discovered upon my own personal reflection that I should have got the subconsciouses to be able to label for themselves the body that we're here and now in the 3D, and then the body we will have for those who choose to have life contracts to go to the new earth. I should have got the subconsciouses to label that. So I understand that some of you will have assumptions of what the crystalline body is and what the carbon-based body is. And from our perspectives, we really probably don't really know all the nuances of what is components of the crystalline body and the carbon-based bodies, but we do know it's a profound difference. And so in some of them, I did ask the difference between the physical body here and the physical bodies on the new earth. And so this is just for you to be able to hear summarized session questions, to be able to make you think and feel into the information. And then you could then write your own questions that are similar if you want, and have a quantum session. Qhht practitioner interns are free. And so you can check this yourself. Find out what your subconscious has been very excited and desperately wanting to reach out and connect with you and tell you what is happening and why. So much information to be shared and to be learned and to be able to apply and respect as we are going through this very important time for humanity and this planet as we know it. So enjoy these sessions. They were definitely made with love for the integrity and the intention to grow and learn from. And I hope that this information does help dispel and dismiss some of the limited perspectives and information shared out there about what the new earth is and what 5D truly is. There's nothing to be fearful of. You've come down for life contracts to be able to have these experiences to help with the shift. So as we are all wanting to be of purpose, to be able to serve our life contract, it is always a wonderful thing to be on point and living our best 3D lives. And I say this with much love.